Hey everyone, it's T. So over the years, especially as a teen, I remember the mid to late 2000s were rife with teen magazines that told you what you should wear to impress your crush or flatter your body or make you the prettiest person at prom or whatever. One of the biggest things I think was like, are you an apple shape, a pear, a banana? I saw that a lot on blogs and in magazines and on TV shows. And for example, they would say, like, if you're a banana, you should wear something to give the illusion that you have curves. You should wear something that cinches in the waist, maybe like some ruffles on the top to give an illusion that you have a bigger bust than you do. If you were a pear, which was a bad thing back then, wear something that underemphasizes your thighs and backside, not leggings, never leggings. And if heaven forbid you were an apple shape, you needed to wear things that weren't too tight but weren't too loose, that cut you off at the middle so that it gave you the illusion that you had some kind of shape that wasn't the dreaded apple. Almost all of these were trying to get a person to kind of make an illusion that they had an hourglass figure. And this was usually to say, like, this is what is attractive, so this is how you dress to get to the attractiveness. But like, having a perfect hourglass isn't an approachable kind of figure for a lot of people, and I don't think that it's necessarily a thing that we need to strive for when we wake up every day to go into our closet. I've gone through a lot of different clothes. I know what makes my shoulders look broad. I know that my torso is long and my legs are shorter. So I know how to dress to make my torso look not long and my legs look not shorter. Skater skirt, high-waisted things that show collarbones. This is, from what I'm talking about and me wearing this outfit, this is not a good example. But specifically V-neck kind of things. Avoid baby doll silhouettes was always a big thing. This is a baby doll dress that I will wear unapologetically. If I stuck to what was flattering in the traditional sense, I wouldn't have any kind of innovation in my wardrobe. I wouldn't get as much joy out of the clothes that I do wear because I would be wearing them for external validation. I think that there's a way that we kind of internalize these concepts of what is flattering and don't really look at it in depth. You know, if I stuck to what was ideal for my own body, I would wear an outfit like this, where, you know, the straps are broad enough to give the appearance that my shoulders are not as broad as they are. The neckline is also low, starts at the waist, the natural waist, and short enough that ends at a certain level at my hips where it makes my legs look longer, etc. And like, that's a look for some people. I do support those people. However, for me, it's just kind of like, you know, does not spark joy. And so, you know, for a long time, maybe it was teenage rebellion, but I tried to specifically go for things that the magazines told me not to wear, just to see what it was like, just to experiment. Like, experimenting with your wardrobe is so fun. Like, if I was listening to that kind of advice, I wouldn't wear large collars, even though I think that look is super cool. But I would be too afraid to make my shoulders look big. I would never wear anything outside of a certain color palette because every magazine that I read and every blog that I read when I was younger said that Black people only look good in gold and jewel tones. And while I do think I look great in gold and jewel tones or whatever, I also look great in whatever else because I feel great in it. So I think it's important to kind of look at one style and think, like, am I actually happy with this? Or is this what other people want to see me in? And I think part of that has to do with confidence, right? Like a certain kind of confidence that only comes with maybe age and working on it. You know, like I said, experimenting with things that aren't necessarily flattering in a traditional sense. I did a lot of thrifting in order to experiment with my style. There's a lot of pressure, I think, especially as one becomes an adult, to dress in a way that is considered desirable. We can blame patriarchy, we can blame, misogyny and all that kind of stuff. Regardless, that's always been kind of my experience with it. But I understand why some people do dress that way if they want to, feel desirable. It's funny, in college, I literally rebelled in a completely different way. Maybe in high school, I tried to wear more form-fitting things to see if I was okay with it. Form-fitting meaning I wore a sweater that was not oversized a couple of times. Scandalous. But in college, I remember I wore nothing but boxy silhouettes, mom jeans, turtlenecks. I was never not in a jean jacket. And maybe some of that has to do with my self-esteem at the time. But another thing is just me trying to find my style outside of this idea of desirability. I did not like to be perceived. I will put the caveat here that I am not a plus-sized person. I know that things are harder as far as experimenting with one's style and finding clothes that one feels good in, and, criticism, no matter if one is wearing something flattering or not. I'm not personally qualified to speak on that, but I will say that I think that social media is a really valuable tool. I think that following people who, of one's own size or maybe larger, that, wear different styles and seem comfortable and confident in that is important, in general, but also to see oneself as maybe I could also, maybe I don't want to dress exactly like this person, but I could also do just whatever I want. But I will say, no matter your size, wearing what you like and what makes you feel good is amazing. If you say, I want to wear a boxy tee and I want to wear baggy jeans and that's what I'm going to do, that's amazing. If you say, I want to wear a bodycon dress, even though people say I shouldn't because I don't have curves, do that. If you want to wear, those cutoff shorts, the low-rise cutoff shorts, and you have a stomach and, larger thighs, that's great. If you feel great in it. No one matters in this world but you. No one's opinion matters. This is a very nihilistic way to think about it, but no one matters. Nothing, people don't matter. Literally, the thing that helped me just kind of experiment with things that weren't, the socially accepted style was when I was 16, I would dress kind of weird, and I would say to myself, if people don't like it, they don't matter. Wear what makes you happy, because it's really nice to see. I guess is my point. And I really like seeing people experimenting and trying new things lately and going against the grain. I always like that. And thank you for everyone who watches and, likes my videos and stuff. Tell me what you think about the term flattering. I do think that, there is something to the opposite side of this, if that's how you feel. We all have opinions. We're all on this blue ball in space. And let me know what you want to see from me, because I need ideas desperately. I appreciate it. If you like this video, you can like it. I guess it's been a while since I've done this. What do I say next? You can subscribe if you want. Comment if you feel like it. Catch you next time. Thanks.